Slow down. What are you saying?
I saw a ghost. And it had a head, and it was round, and it was white and see-through, and...
Honey, wait a minute. Now, maybe...
Dad, please, do not think I'm as crazy as I thought you were.
Hey guys, welcome to the Large Marge Sent Us podcast, your favorite podcast where two sweeties shoot the shit about Halloween movies and others. I'm Sweetie.
I'm Sweetie.
And today, we decided to do Casper.
The lame ghost. The unfriendly ghost.
Sweetie has some negative feelings about this film, and we'll get to that later. But let's talk about Casper. Casper, filmed in 1995, starring Bill Pullman and Christina Ricci.
And, briefly, Devon Sawa at the end.
Devon Sawa. And Eric Idle, former Monty Python member. Eric Idle.
Right.
Yeah, so good. He was really good in this.
Yeah.
Casper, Andre thinks, and I'm going to back her up on this, we saw this in the movie theater back in May 1995.
Pretty sure. I remember the end specifically in the movie theater and being like, why doesn't he have the same voice as the ghost? That's weird.
Yeah, so based on the cartoon, Casper the Friendly Ghost, which was pretty lame, not going to lie. Never really liked it.
I don't think I ever saw it.
It's an old cartoon. It's like a really old cartoon.
Why did you see it?
They brought it back. It was like Mighty Mouse and stuff. That we used to watch those cartoons. But anyway, so let's just jump right into Sweetie Synopsis. Yeah, Sweeties. What's her name and her dad?
Shoot.
Who are these
Harvey?
Harvey. Cat Harvey and her dad, Dr. Harvey, are... Well, actually, let's back up. That's not how it starts.
You're right.
This mean lady inherits this creepy house in Maine from her dad. She goes there, thinks there's gold in it, goes there and finds that there's ghosts. Oh shit, what am I going to do? There's ghosts in my house. She tries an exorcism. She tries...
a Ghostbuster.
A Ghostbuster. Nice cameo from Dan Aykroyd. And then decides, let's just tear it down. And then even the people who tear down the house get spooked. Stumbles upon, or I guess, so Casper lives in this house as well. And he's a lonely little ghost.
But he's friendly.
And there's 3 other ghosts in there, his quote-unquote uncles. That never got,
he's
fleshed out.
He didn't remember his dad or his mother, but he knew that they were his uncles.
Yeah, I guess that they had beds and everything there, but yeah, that was weird. That was not
That's
named.
weird.
Anyway, he's lonely, he needs a friend. He sees on the TV that this doctor is like a, what do you call it? Psychologist.
Therapist for ghosts.
Ghosts. And he, helps ghosts or whatever. So, and, gets a look at his daughter and is like, oh, I want her to be my friend. Or maybe he has a crush on her.
I think he has a crush on her immediately. Because he's a pervert.
Tells the lady.
Pervert ghost.
By way of, making her see that this hard copy news program had the doctor on. And, she's like, oh, I'm going to hire this guy to come, take the ghost out of my house. So they're in Santa Fe. They drive to Friendship, Maine.
Mm-hmm. Set up camp at this old, crazy-looking ass house on the sea. The ghosts...
It's a pretty cool-looking house, though.
It's very weird. The ghosts make their entrance. They're scared, but then they meet Casper. They're not scared anymore.
And decide to, hang in there.
Yeah, and see what we can do about these ghosts. Christina Ricci's character, Kat, starts school. It's a very weird school. They can't use the gym for their Halloween dance because of asbestos. So this bitchy blonde girl's like, I know, we can use my butt house. And everyone's like, okay. But then when they find out that Kat lives in this creepy old mansion, everyone's like, oh, let's have the dance there. Let's take a vote without asking her or getting the permission of her father. The teacher's also behind this. It's a very odd...
It's weird school,
It's an odd thing. So they vote. They have the dance there. Hooray. So now she's like, great, gotta make this dance happen. Yeah. So then, I don't remember what happens.
It's hard to describe. So the side plot is Casper doesn't remember, anything about his old life. So Kat finds a box of his stuff in the attic and sets up all his old toys, and then he starts to remember everything about his past life, how he died, about his dad. They find all these clippings, so then you learn about the backstory of Casper and how his dad was this great inventor, and once he died as a little boy, he spent the rest of his life working on this resurrection machine called the Lazarus. Can't say that word.
It's all right. Next time.
Next time.
You'll get it.
So he shows it to her. And there's one, like, potion thing that you have to put into it to make the person come back to life. Only one, like, dose left. And he's like, yeah, fuck, this is for me. I'm going to resurrect, and me and Kat are going to date and live happily ever after. That's
the plan.
In his dream. But
the ghosts, so there's those 3 stupid uncle ghosts who are very annoying and gross, whatever. They take the dad out to the bar to get, like, drunk and do karaoke.
Well, I think it was to keep them away from the house, too, because of the party.
He's that's smart.
Yeah.
Well, so things get a little too crazy. The dad's like, "I love you, ghosts. I love you." He's like, "Let's go." And he goes outside, but doesn't see the sign that's like "Danger Cliff," and he falls off the cliff and dies.
A lot of non-serious deaths.
Right? I wrote willy nilly about death. Like, what the fuck?
Because then, at the same time, the woman who owns the house follows Casper and Kat down to, like, the underground thing where this machine is. And there's a vault, and there's a treasure chest. So she's like, brilliant idea. I'm going to kill myself and then be able to go through this wall, get the treasure chest. She doesn't even know what is in it.
I think she wanted to kill the other guy. Guy.
But then she ended up dying. And also, very casual, she, like, falls off a cliff.
Or she's just like, I'm going to kill you now. Like, it was an easy decision.
She's, like, chasing around her assistant with this giant axe. Like, what is this?
And how do they even know that this machine works? Like, it's not, like, a proven thing.
You're not, like... And, like, why did Bill Pullman come back as a ghost? What was his unfinished business?
Cool.
Why is everyone coming back as a ghost?
Like, I think that was because his wife, like, he was just, like, sad about his wife or whatever, but...
I don't know.
That
was fuzzy.
So, yeah. So, when Casper's about to go on the machine, she sees her dad as a ghost. She's like, oh, my God, now I'm an orphan, because I don't know if we mentioned this, but her mom's dead. She's upset. Casper's like, oh, he needs this more than me, so he takes her dad and puts him in the machine. It works, thank God. And to be sad if it was just like a dud. It was like, well, explosion.
Really rolling the dice. And I mean, she should have been way more upset. I'm sorry. If your dad rolls in as a ghost.
I would just like to point out that Christina Ricci's historically not great at crying in movies. I don't know if you remember that scene in Now and Later. Or Now and...
You always call it Now and Later.
I did it yesterday,
which is a hard candy that nobody likes.
Now and then, when she's in the attic and she's upset when she's, like, reads the story about, like, little Johnny or whatever, and she's like, why did I have to die? God, I miss my mom. She got in a car accident.
So she's not okay. So
She's
maybe
terrible at, so she's not, and this was filmed this was released the same year.
Oh, wow.
I think this was filmed after that one because she looks a little older, but again, her and Devon Sawa, I wonder if they had, like, a real romance off the screen. I don't know.
They're a cute couple.
Yeah, but so she's upset, but not really, but she's just a bad actress, and then the dad comes out, he's alive, hooray, and then... twist, the mom turns out has been an angel this whole time and comes down as a fairy godmother would in Pinocchio.
In a red, like, sexy dress. I don't know what any angels
and she's like, Casper, you did such a noble thing. I'm going to grant your wish, but only for 2 hours. And so he gets to become a real boy until 10 p.m. is when he turns back. So Kat's at the dance. She's all upset and lonely. She's like, wow. She's probably like, wow, that was a pretty fucking crazy night. Like, my dad died, and then he didn't. Now he's back.
I don't really feel like partying.
Yeah, really. Like, get the fuck out of my house, assholes. So then this pirate fella comes down the stairs in the blonde, I don't know, mushroom. What's that hairstyle? I don't know.
What's that hairstyle?
I don't know.
The Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah.
The, shaggy, whatever that was.
Bob. I don't know. Yeah. So he comes down the stairs. She's like, wow, who is this? And then goes and dances with him.
But she doesn't even know. They
How
just
would
dance.
She know? It was just a cute boy. She doesn't know anyone at that school.
Cute boy, mysterious boy, comes up to her, extends her hand, they don't even say a word. And you don't even see his face, like, until he, like, turns around. And you know it's Casper, but she doesn't. And then he does something.
Well, she looks down.
Like, yeah. And she's like, Casper. And so they really don't even talk. They have, like, one slow dance, and then he kisses her, and then
10 p.m. later.
Everyone turns back into pumpkin/ghost.
He's a ghost, and then everybody's like, ghost! And then that's it. Then but the mom gets to reunite with dad, and it's like, don't worry about me, just move on, don't worry.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
And then they're gonna live in that house forever now, and the bad brother, uncle ghosts are actually nice to them.
Yeah,
because they like the dad. And so they're all just going to live happily ever after. So then they just do like a big dance. The ghost uncles play a band, and it was so horrible. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? I wasted an hour and 40 minutes of my life.
Well, yeah, I mean, what pisses me off the most is that, like, it's not scary ghosts. And I know they're just using the Casper, the Friendly Ghost, like, cartoon as a jumping off point here, but, like, that concept that ghosts are, like, a pillowy marshmallow, like, creature thing with, like, little tails is so dumb. Like, so dumb. Why would you turn into that when you die? Secondly, they're not scary, and why would an entire construction crew of like beefy men be scared by those
of like a vapor with weird eyes?
Especially Casper, who's like actually very nice and polite, and people are just like, ah! They're like, I just don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Well, and I'm confused. Like, what the ghosts do? Like, they can eat?
No, they can't. It falls right through them, and that's
why do they want to eat?
Because they're jerks. I don't know. So this is also like a strange trend in the 90s kids movies was the villains were always like the funny, haha, like comic relief part of it. And I was thinking about it and I was like, that's really weird because you don't see that a ton anymore.
What other movies
or not
can
as
you
much.
use as examples?
Well, I was thinking of like The Lion King, like the hyenas or like the funny part and some other, I'm just thinking of like Disney movies. Yeah, sure, Home Alone. And it gives you like a weird, like how what movie did we just watch?
The Witches. Oh, yeah. Hocus Pocus.
No, where you were like, I like the villains. No,
Hocus
it wasn't.
Pocus.
No, it wasn't
yes,
Hocus
the Witches.
Pocus.
I was like, I really liked. It was hard for me to dislike them. I didn't care if they died, but it was just like, oh, they're kind of fun.
I thought it was someone that like killed children. Well, they did, but I thought it was
remember
someone
you
else.
go, they killed children.
I know. Okay, so all right, yes. So. Yeah, so I think it gives, and I think that's why you have that conflicted feeling, because you saw a lot of movies in the 90s where the villains were, like, funny and the good people were not funny.
Well, unfortunately, these villains, like, aren't even funny.
Well, right, so it's very lowbrow humor, and I would have liked to think that as an 11-year-old...
Well, they were using, like, a lot
at
of
the
pop
time
culture,
or whatever when I was watching this, that I would not have thought this was that funny, because it was very, like, low, like... ground ball humor, like great,
right? Like smelly things,
yeah, like smelly breath, like with stupid celebrity cameos, and I was just like, you stink. This stinks.
Yeah, and just the plot was just all over the place.
It was ridiculous.
Obviously, referenced by how we're not able to like really describe it well. I feel like.
Well, I'm just so confused why they're so willy-nilly about death, and like I thought that it. I was trying to like do a good message, but not really, because if kids are seeing this and they're like, oh, okay, guys, if my dad dies, like don't worry, like he can come back because I'm gonna put him in that Lazarus machine. He's just gonna come back. Like,
and also,
it's very
not consistent. Like the whole thing is, you come back as a ghost if you have unfinished business, and they say that a bunch of times. And her dad says that as the psychologist, and it's unclear. Okay, Casper is like that because he died and didn't want his dad to be sad. So he stuck around to keep his dad company. But once your dad dies, then wouldn't you be, like, released of that? Or you're just there forever? Why are the uncles having unfinished business?
Unfinished
How
being
did
assholes?
Did they all die together? Like, weird.
I have no idea. Did they die when they were, like, children? Why do they have children beds in the house?
That's just, I mean, too much stuff to explain, so they just didn't explain it. And, like, the whole thing with and I feel like they just, like, felt like they had to put all this stuff in it, right? Like, the villain, that lady is the villain, her little sidekick, like, the blonde girl who was mean to her, that boy that she liked, like...
Vic.
Yeah, it was just...
Vic's Vapor,
it was just too much stuff.
Vapor
and, like, and it wasn't handled well. No. And none of it. It was just like...
Yeah. And the mom has that weird sexy red angel thing, and then at the very end she's like, well, I came back because those 3 jerk ghosts told me to, or whatever. It's just stupid and dumb as fuck.
Like, what? They would be able to go to heaven and be like, hey, angel, Amelia, what's your name?
Why does she get to be an angel? Like, is that if you do pass on, you get to become an angel?
I think it would have been better, and like you said, a better message for kids, be like, hey, like, this is not going to happen to you. If somebody you dies, they're not going to come back in a pretty red dress and make sure you're okay.
Really, I think they made it seem like being a ghost is pretty cool, and I think that if they really wanted to take this to an interesting place, they should have all died, and then she could have been with Casper as a ghost this whole time.
Well, I thought the ending I was sure that he, like, there was a little bit left in the like, serum that like, resurrected him, and then he did come back for good.
What was that serum anyway?
Because now, so at the end, they're all just going to, like, live in the house. And he had already kissed her, but now they're going to be, like, buddies still. And, like, they're all just going to hang out in this house with the ghost. But, like, when she starts dating?
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna be very
awkward.
uncomfortable when there's like sexual activity and like whatever. Oh, also the ghosts can just leave the house and go wherever they want, which is also a major pain point for me. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Why are you, if you're haunting a house, why are you in that house?
Anywhere? Let's go to this bar. Yeah, like go somewhere else. Dumb. So dumb. But yeah, it was just bad, and I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I have to say about that.
I like the shout out to the Easy Bake Oven.
Oh yeah. She's like, how am I going to figure out how to work this Lazarus machine? I couldn't figure out my Easy Bake Oven. And we were dummy, you turn it on.
You don't figure out an Easy Bake Oven.
It's a fucking light bulb that bakes brownies.
The Easy Bake Oven, it was a box with a light bulb in it that cooked your brownies. There was no buttons to push. You slid it in under the light bulb, boom, done. And
you had one teeny little chalky brownie, and you were like, I baked!
How small those were.
So
and
small.
You'd be like,
or the cookies. The teeny cookies, they were like little discs. You're like, yum. So fun.
Oh my God.
The 90s.
So stupid. It's like teach your kids that, like, supervise your kids using a real fucking oven.
Yeah, because real life is not cooking with a fucking light bulb.
It's so crazy that cooks food.
Dumb.
The light bulb.
Dumb as it gets.
It tasted like metal.
Yeah, it did. You're like, are we going to get cancer?
I'd rather this movie be about just Easy Bake Ovens. I could talk about them for hours.
Yeah, and it wasn't scary at all. There was one scary part where the three stupid ghosts have like scary teeth.
Yeah,
that was maybe the one scary part. Other than that, dumb as fuck.
I have one IMDb trivia for this.
Okay.
It was the first film with computer animated lead characters.
Oh. So
at first I was like, what? What about Who Framed Roger Rabbit? But that was actual animation. Not computer. Computer generated. CGI, if you will.
Well, not very impressive. It's dumb. And again,
they started low.
Yeah, it's based on a cartoon, so I don't feel like that's much of a stretch.
I thought I read something in it too that they said that they were going to do a live action one. I don't know what that would be.
More like
a person.
They're still going to do it, or that was the plan.
The ghosts, I guess the ghosts would have been real people.
How? Like in the haunted mansion? Oh,
I don't know.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
Disappointing movie.
So let's talk about your sexual awakening.
Okay. So when I discovered, so this was one we weren't going to cover, but I stumbled upon it because it's on HBO Go or Netflix or something like that. So I was like, let's watch Casper. Everyone loves Casper.
I was like, fine.
And I go, so when I first discovered it, I was like, yeah, Casper. Casper was responsible for my sexual awakening, if you will. For some reason, I had a huge crush on Devon Sawa. No idea why. Not anything like anyone I'm attracted to now. Blonde, like fair, blue eyes.
No offense if you are blonde.
Yeah, sorry. You're so awesome. But this and Now and Then, like, whoa. Total 12-year-old lady boner. And I was just like, whoa. I like guys.
Good.
Because before you were like,
am I a lesbian?
Well, I really questioned it because I had like crushes on guys, but like I kind of could take them or leave them. I was like, like whatever, but it was in 7th grade.
7th grade, that's late, honey.
I know. That's why I was worried.
I had my
Not that I would be worried. I would be happy to be a lesbian.
I had my sexual awakening at the age of like 6 when I found my sister's Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch tape.
Okay, that's way embarrassing. Ew, Marky Mark, I'm sad for you.
Have you seen that tape? It's like he's like shirtless and his pants are like down, his boxers are out. Man,
he's so damn
hot. He was my first fake boyfriend.
Oh my god! Followed by Will Smith.
At least it wasn't in 7th grade. No, followed by Mark Paul, followed by Zach Morris, Will Smith, Zach the Black Power Ranger, JC Chaussee, Tristan Cope, who's a real person that I went to school with. Shout out, Tristan Cope, TC. And then I have a whole list. It goes
You were
on.
lucky. I was a late bloomer. Always has been. Have been. Always will be.
Aww.
Hopefully, I'm not late blooming anything else though.
What do you mean? Like menopause? I think you'd want to.
I'd want that.
Yeah.
Let's keep that at bay, Mother Nature. So this one, and then Now and Then, he's also he's part of the Wormer gang, right? Is that the name?
Wormers, yeah.
And you can see, if you freeze frame at the exact moment, his tiny little 13-year-old penis.
I tweeted something about that, but he didn't tweet me back, so he obviously hates me.
You tweeted Devon Sawa about it?
Well, I was like, oh man, is this true? Were you not wearing underwear in this scene? I feel like
that was swimming.
I know, but like I feel like as the filmmakers should like have protected his livelihood and made him wear like a, what is that called? The
those things.
Modesty thing or whatever. I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll cover that at a later date. And I'll call it Now and Later all the time.
Does anyone remember those candies though? They were the fucking worst.
I thought you liked them.
I did like them, but no one else did. But
I knew it.
I'm just trying to protect myself. But there were these like little squares. You would almost choke on them every time. It took them so long to put in your mouth where they would soften up enough. It was almost like a taffy consistency, but not. And they came in these like little blocks, and they were so cheap at the penny candy store. I got that.
Were they a penny?
And Airheads. No, they were probably a nickel. But Airheads, watermelon blow pops, Now and Laters. My friend Liz Peachy.
Shout out.
Yep. We used to bike down to the store and spend all our pocket money.
On Now and Later?
On Now and Later.
So she like Now and Laters also?
I don't know, Liz.
Did you just expose another person?
Liz, let me know. Did you like Now and Laters? Do you miss them?
Honest. We need to know right now. Tell us, please.
This has gone on a really weird tangent.
It has. But who cares? Because Casper sucks.
Casper's not good, guys. This is the first movie I think
let's sing a song about Casper. Okay, here we go. Casper, Casper, you really suck.
You're so bad, you make me give no fucks.
Casper, Casper, I'd rather kick a duck.
And watching this movie makes I feel like I'm in the muck.
Fuck you, Casper!
You stink!
Yeah. That's our song.
Wow.
It was a good one.
It's good.
Good one.
So sorry if you like this and we're trampling on your 12-year-old nostalgic feelings, but it's just not for us.
Watch it again, maybe you'll feel different.
Yeah, it's just not for Large Marge sent us, so we apologize. But hey, there'll be more movies, hopefully better movies to come. We have a couple more Halloween ones to cover for this month, rounding out October. So stay tuned.
Catch you later, babe.
Bye.
Bye.